Hi. This is a rare take 2 of a video. I say take 2 because I couldn't compartmentalize my ideas of what to say about this blaster. So we're just going to try again. Nerf Zombiestrike Doominator. Great name. Will admit, great name. It is essentially a beefed up Flip Fury, the Nerf Zombiestrike Flip Fury. The idea is that the worst part of a revolver is when it's out, and then you have to, well, what if you didn't have to do that for a little bit? No in-strike compatible barrel lug. We do have a rail. No stock point. And yes, this is my least favorite point of the blaster. Lanyard mount here and up front. Of course, it's got all the Zombiestrike charm of being like a improvised, cobbled together weapon. And in some way, it's very charming. Say, this is supposed to be, if I recall, this was supposed to be kind of the big hell yeah blaster of the line. Big hell yeah blaster being the Vulcan, the Titan, the Rhino Strike, Rhino Fire. A larger blaster, the grenade launcher from Fortnite, kind of like the big blaster of a line that is kind of pricier, that is released closer to the end of a year for the Christmas crowd. This one was found at a Goodwill, and it acts like it too. I will admit, the firing test in this was not great. It's a little awkward to prime it without a foregrip, I will admit, because this is not a very ergonomic forend at all. And you would be surprised at how common it is for the foregrip to be gone from this, at least in thrifting. Both of the ones that I've acquired secondhand, missing that foregrip. Now, within reason, you could just super glue something there. Ain't worth it. It does have slam fire. It just doesn't work very well. It could just be mine. Or I could have had just cruddy darts in that last... What the hell? This is the first time that that's not working. Is there a dart sticking out that's catching it? Oh! That's crazy. This was flipping fun. I literally, in the last video, before this one, as in like the cut before this one, was like, this feels good. It cycles great. There we go. I guess I just wasn't getting enough chutzpah behind it. It's a little lackluster in performance, spoiler alert. Damn. So it cycles on prime. Ooh, that's a bad example. That's, yeah, okay, so, hold on. That's weird. It's cycling fine now. I'm gonna hold down for slam fire for this. Wow. It almost works better in slam fire. Not a comfortable blaster to fire. Mainly, it's not its fault that it's missing the foregrip. That's some dumbass kids, probably. I would be wary of thrifting this, actually. It's cool looking, if you like ugly things. I do. But I'm a big fan of the Zombiestrike line. I do think this one's a whiff. Now, that being said, this could be like one that was left primed on a shelf, or worse, and like primed in some kid's closet. thus, like, not really getting the performance that it could. Because it theoretically should be the Nerf Elite standard of 70 feet per second, that is. This is not doing that. There's really no barrel drag, because it's like, it's not like a thin barrel. I don't know, maybe because there's like so many, like, hold on. Yeah, so it's open. There's a lot of room for this to, it's not a very efficient management of the airflow, in that if you didn't need this to prime, you could cut the barrel off here, because the barrel is just the cylinder at this point. So there's nothing really directing the dart. Now there is a slight gap between this orange little disc here. That is the end of the, hello, I see you. Wink, 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 blink, 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 blink. That's the end of the plunger tube, where, so there's a little gap there. And what it does is when you pull the trigger, I see you, it does move up a little bit to, mwah, give it a little kiss. And notice that it just kind of like, that doesn't feel very good to me. Like, I'm not an expert. I'm not a doctorate of engineering. I don't think they call them doctors. I think they call them engineers. But no knowledge of trains will make this blaster any better. You could cut this off. That would be neat. And to think, like, look, that actually looks like a cohesive silhouette right there. They're just like, damn, there wasn't enough quirky shit on it. Now, I do like faux wood, but like, unless the foregrip was also made of wood, why is it there in a design language, right? You didn't need it. Look, it's like of course, the Zombiestrike has always got that fake tape wrapped around it. It's not that bad on this blaster. A lot of folks didn't like it, especially for the Hammer Strike, it being considered uncomfortable. It's not wieldy, I gotta say. It is definitely not the best revolver style blaster that came out of the Zombiestrike line. I would not recommend thrifting this blaster. Thumbs down. Anyway, I think that's all I got to say about it. I got about to the 8-minute mark in the last one. I was just like, damn. Ooh-wee. And I got 2 of these things. Did I? I may have redonated one of them. That might be where this one goes too, to be honest. I was going to record a third take, but to be honest, I think I'm just going to cut the end of the last one, because it wasn't bad. I just did not like the way that it ended. That being said, my opinion on the blaster is still the same. It's kind of lackluster. It may have been better during its heyday. But right now, no. Back to the donation bin it goes. Anyway, if you like what I'm doing here, thanks. See you.